Alright, welcome back. This is M-Dog, and we are here at Kuori Lake. And I wanted to do a video really just, this is more of just saying or showing that right now Kuori Lake seems to be in a pretty healthy spot. I guess I feel that there's just an opportunity to make some really good silver and have some good fun fishing here at Quarry right now. Whether you are trolling during the day, but also fishing at night. I was going to just do this video about the bream fishing in the evening, but trolling has been so fun and active that I think it's probably even more lucrative to kind of focus on trolling. But I will be cutting trolling a little bit short because I want to get the full opportunity out of. I guess at this point we just turn the trolling motor off. I think we're going to be able to get this fish in, and the problem here is we're just low on energy. It has been storming at Quarry the last few in-game hours, so it has like driven my energy down and comfort down, obviously. I don't even know that this will be that much of a fish. I went downstairs to grab my coffee, and I think this fish actually like just jerked a bunch of line out. That's why we're having to reel so long. So we have the funky minnow on the third line here, which has been fine, but I think where you really want to focus your attention, or where you can focus your attention with the trolling, is the cranks. The blue cranks right now are catching really nice savans and Quarry. I mean, obviously when you're going for the savan trout or the Quarry trout, it is it's not a guaranteed thing. I have seen a couple of savans. I've yet to see any Quarry trout, to be honest, but they certainly are being caught in chat. Folks that are fishing here in my chat, as well as we're seeing quite a few on the weekly list right now coming in on the lure that is on this line right here. So this Crank 6 Double Lot 2. And these are the DP cranks. Again, these are the blue ones, and they just seem to be doing overall really well. The catch rate is okay. The bite rate is okay with them. But more than that, it's the right species of fish tend to be coming in on them. And again, I have not trolled that long because I'm kind of focused in on a bream spot here at Quarry. But when you can have an active bream spot and make decent silver off the bream during the night, to be able to then, you know, jump in the boat and make another 100 silver or whatever during the day, that really adds up in terms of a 24-hour fishing period. That's why I've often wished that the bream spots were more consistent on Quarry, but for the most part, they're not that consistent, at least in my experience. So when they are here, it's a lot of fun. And I'd say by 8 p.m. or so, we'll get started bream fishing. So again, we'll miss a couple of hours. If you want to focus more on the trolling and then like cut into your bream time, that is probably a better strategy in terms of overall silver and XP, because that is going to be some of the most likely times during the day that you're going to catch a really nice Quarry or savan. in that, like, in those hot couple of hours at the end of the day. But as part of sort of the trophy hunting series that I've been doing, one of the things that I've been working on is trying to figure out if we can land this trophy bream at Quarry. Not that there aren't other trophies we could be working on at Quarry, and I guess in a sense we are by trolling right now, but especially the bream I was trying to hit first here. And if you are trolling here, one thing I did yesterday while using these blue cranks, which admittedly at some points you'll go a while without a fish. The thing is they're catching nice fish. But on my third line yesterday, I was actually using a ultralight with the Aquila spinners, and I was catching a lot of fish on those. The only thing that I didn't love about it is that they were catching some decent sized fish, and so I was sort of chasing fish around the lake a little bit because of the ultralight gear. And so I kind of decided I wanted to focus in more on the possibility of just a really nice savant is what I was hoping for with these Dodger cranks. Or DP cranks. But I haven't hit it big yet. Maybe if you give it a try, you will. I think someone today did catch, or maybe it was yesterday, in my chat did catch a trophy savant, which is an amazing fish. So very cool. But I mean, as you can see, even just in a little bit of time here, we've got enough markers. I mean, it's really going to supplement the total amount of silver we're making with the bream fishing. It's quite nice. In fact, there was a bream cafe order, which was like 50 extra silver. I mean, just when you're talking about Quarry, the silver can add up if you're consistently on a pretty nice fishing spot. I guess it is kind of nice on this third rod having something that has a reasonable bite rate, like these funky minnows seem to. Obviously, hunter spoons would also do really well. I kind of like the wobblers though, just to be able to throw them in, and you know that they're going to go right to where they're supposed to be depth-wise in the water and kind of do their thing. But it is nice seeing Quarry active again. It wasn't too bad when I was leveling up my spin fishing to unlock jerkbait, although I feel like right now it's at least as active as it was then, and plus I think that the quality of fish that are coming out might be a little bit more consistent. go ahead and clear this, probably a little perch or something, and go ahead and get it back in there before we go all the way over this deep hole. Okay. I'm not sure. I don't think that has a fish on it, but I really like this side of the island, sort of between the island and the dock. Seems like lately it's where I've seen some of the better fish. Although I think that trophy savan might have come out of the 15-meter hole, if I'm understanding correctly. Alright, so we kind of need to make a beeline for our bream spot at this point. And this is really when you want to be out here trolling. But I do want to focus on this bream spot, at least give it another attempt to see if I can't find that trophy. if we can really put the boat down on this end. This will go down to this end. And this is almost exactly where we'll be casting from, so let's see if we can go a little farther down. Okay. We basically want here. Now I've really been playing with the bait, the hook size, even the ground bait to a degree. So we're going to be casting really, so I started off casting right at the fish cafe. At this point I think it's a little better going left of the fish market, not the cafe, the market. And let's go ahead and get them out, then I can talk about it. Alright, let's switch to another stack of ground bait because there's only 2 left on that one. Let's see, this is our Bream Super is what I'm calling this, I think. It's just a slight variant of Bream Mix. It basically uses the spicy garlic attractant. So it's pearl barley, maggots, millet porridge, and spicy garlic. It's pretty similar to the real deal. And like any bream spot, if you get here too early, the bream will start off really small, but then they do pick up in size and end up being pretty consistent from what I've seen. Pretty decent through the night, and then they get small again in the mornings. So we're doing cottage cheese dough, because this is Quarry, and bream here often prefer cottage cheese dough. Not always, but... And there's the first nice bream of the night. Let's cast this back out here. So again, doing some experimentation with hook sizes. This one has a large 2, which is bigger than I would normally use for bream. This one has a 6, which is more in line with what I would normally use. And then this one has a large, extra large 2.0. And the only reason why I've got that hook on there on that third one is because on the VK site, that's actually the hook that the person is reporting that they ended up catching a trophy on. So I don't think that's required. I think it's just going to slow your bite rate down. But every spot can be a little different. Fishing for bream at Quarry is a little different in general. And so... it's enough for me to at least, I guess, have it on one line just to kind of see how it goes. This is one downside of fishing, feeder fishing after you've been in a boat, as you do often, if not always, get that bug where the line rips out as soon as you pick up the rod. So even that's a marker. So it's a good sign. We've started off from the beginning of the night so far. We haven't had too many small ones mixed in yet. This is also a marker. And I am using 7 points, is it 7? Let me check. My fluorocarbon leaders are a little smaller than I would normally use. I would normally go 9.7 or 10. Again, I've just been experimenting. I've been trying different things, trying to see if I can increase the odds of getting that trophy. Yeah, 7.7. So this is an inline rig. The other 2 are loop rig. I still tend to favor loop rig on trying to get trophies, but inline has done well enough lately that I'm okay with at least having one inline. All right, so here's a small one. So clip 25, just a little left of the fish market. That's a little farther left than I normally do, but anywhere in that area seems to work. In fact, even casting at the fish market also works, but I think the bite rate has been a little better since I've moved it slightly left of the fish market. But as you see, the bites are pretty fast. I mean, it's basically feels like an Oldberg bream spot right now. Or a Volkov bream spot, for that matter. I would love it if they could fix that, though, where if you're on a map and doing trolling, you don't have to relog to avoid that feeder fishing bug. It's really kind of annoying, really. I don't know if it's actually doing damage to your reel every time you pick it up, but it may be. That line pulling out. And we've got rain again, so we'll see if that ends up being a good thing or not. So it looks like Arctic char was our top 3 fish during the short amount of trolling we did. But we're already to 4 over a kilo size bream. I would guess we'll get to like 10 to 12 through the night. Which means, you know, which basically equals a pretty decent bream spot. And it's cool because it's not often that you can basically string spots together like this where you can efficiently fish in a spot for 24 hours here at Quarry. To be able to do that and have a chance at some really nice fish with trolling during the day and breaming at night. So this is when I would probably start bream fishing if you're going to emphasize the trolling more. Trolling tends to slow down by now. So, you know, kind of missed out on maybe 5, but still plenty of time left to catch a few more. So speaking of nighttime, alright, that's our first like really small one, right? And this is the medium, so it's the smallest hook size. I think I've been catching them, you know, with a higher bite rate on the left and middle rod with the more traditional bream size hooks. But they've still been coming in some on those 2.0s as well. So with the 7.7 leader, anything over 3 kilos as far as a bream will potentially put us in the red a little bit. I did have a 4 kilo bream here, so we've gotten close to trophy size, but not quite there yet. And it was definitely touch and go on being in the red some. So trophy, we'll have to kind of watch it in terms of trying not to let it pop off, but or break the leader. If we can find one here. Yeah, so the size 6 hook is, so far, the rig that's bringing in some of the really small non-markers. The larger hook seems to be avoiding those a little bit right now. Now we're getting into hard rain. Whoa. So that last one was a non-marker, and that was on the 2.0 hook, so not completely ruling those out. Yeah, it was 507 grams. And with this bait, now I haven't tried it without ground bait, but I've done this like 3 or 4 nights in the last couple days. I've never caught anything other than bream. Alright, so where are we now? 10? Yeah, we're on track. I mean, I think we'll, like I said, 10 to 12 at least through the night, over a kilo. It's what I've at least gotten that much per night, which especially with cafe orders ends up translating to a nice amount of silver. I don't think this Bream spot stays healthy as late into the morning as some of those at Old Berg and Volkov sometimes do. I just haven't caught much past 8 a.m. in terms of markers. Even at 6 a.m., I feel like the small ones really start mixing in pretty frequently. But I've had some okay markers past 6 a.m. But past 8, it seems to almost shut off completely in terms of markers. Which is fine. I mean, that kind of works out well with the trolling. You don't want to wait too late in the day, because trolling can be pretty slow if you're not starting till noon or something. And you see even now that we're starting to suddenly catch some smaller ones. Starting to get a lot smaller here in the last few minutes, couple minutes, huh? They'll pick up again, I think, but it just seems to be like it's most consistent overnight. There we go. It's a nice one. Yeah, Crucian gibbles definitely prefer ground bait, but it's also like a time of day thing. Sometimes you'll just be, especially overnight, sometimes it's just like if the gibbles are really strong in a place, all you'll see is gibbles, and all of a sudden morning comes and the crucians will mix in a little bit. Alright, I bet we're already... Crisis G, thanks for the follow. I love when people randomly follow my stream when I'm recording a video. Alright, 12 over a kilo. Very nice. And we're kind of getting into that, like, I don't really know what... we could catch a trophy between 5 and 7, or we could just catch a bunch of small ones. It's been kind of inconsistent at this time of day. Let's see what this is. This is small. So it looks like another night, another, possibly another trophyless Bream night. But still making good silver at Quarry. Yep, so we've gotten some good ones. Even though it's after 6. Wow. Nice golden tinge, Nutty. I'll throw this back in one more time. Cycle through them one more time, I think, since this is a pretty decent one. One of those small markers. Yeah, you can just feel that we're about to get into the smaller bream time, I think. Again, 25-meter clip, just left of the fish market. Cottage cheese dough, bream, regular bream ground bait works fine. I'm using the spicy garlic variation, but both seem to work really well. Huh. Maybe 3 kilos? I don't know. Very nice. $16 over a kilo. It's a nice bream spot. It really is. See what the next one is. I think it's time to wrap it up. Ooh. I was going to just troll us back across, but it's not worth a boat ticket for one short little troll time. Oh, we're one short on lake trout. That's cool. They've got the trophy Savine order up right now. So what is it? From 1.6 kilos. All right, so let's just see what the fish are worth. I'm not going to sell them yet because I got to decide if I'm going to fish here longer. So 226. $226. Arctic char is obviously worth much, but all these, you know, bream just really add up. So pretty decent silver, and a chance to hit a lot more. Obviously, if you're getting the Quarry and the Savines, nice Quarry and Savines. But it just seems like a really good spot. It's a lot of fun if you enjoy trolling and bream fishing. It's a pretty cool combo right now at Quarry. Okay, as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.